Right now at 6, have you shoveled all of your responsibilities? What to know about snow removal to avoid those fines.
And a new bill that could change retail theft laws. How lawmakers are pushing to strengthen penalties.
You're watching WKDT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski.
Well, we've got more snow on the way. Where's it headed and how much? Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart with the answers.
Yeah, our cold and snowy start to December. In fact, it kind of is high on the list for the coldest and snowiest start so far. Will continue because we have more snow on the way for tomorrow and Friday, and then we got some bitterly cold temperatures. But for this evening, it's fairly quiet out there in the 20s, all three locations. The northwest winds have kind of decreased, so that's good. So overall, we're going to see cloud cover. There could be a few flurries out there, but all in all, getting back down to 16 with the feel-like temperatures pretty much as 16 too. And then as you look at La Crosse, too, very similar to conditions too, getting back down to about 20. Cloudy conditions, a few flurries, but overall quiet conditions too. Big picture shows you there's going on a lot of cloud cover. There is a little bit on radar picking up on flurries, but not too much either way. The system that we're watching for tomorrow is now off to the east. That warm front that's all going to dive southeast towards Iowa, bringing our next snow event here too. So we got that. We got a cold front, more snow Thursday, and then we got all the bitterly and dangerous cold coming up this weekend. So I'll explain all that a bit later.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Greg.
And don't forget, when weather hits, you can track conditions with the First Warn weather app. Right now, snow-covered sidewalks are a problem in some La Crosse neighborhoods.
So what are the snow removal rules? News 8 Now's Brooklyn Hein is live with the answer tonight. Brooklyn.
La Crosse residents are no stranger to breaking out that shovel and clearing those snowy sidewalks. But did you know you may need to shovel more than you originally thought, and failing to do so could cost you?
And I shovel my driveway, help shovel the new sidewalks that we just got put in this year, shovel of neighbor's driveway and his sidewalks as well. So it's just a lot of shoveling.
La Crosse homeowners have 24 hours after the snow ends to clear city sidewalks outside of their property. That includes sidewalks that cross alleys, curb ramps, and crosswalk corners, along with treating icy spots.
24 hours after the snow is done, you have to have the sidewalk done, your city sidewalk, and then if you have a crosswalk, even though the plow came through and put a big pile there, that is also included. You have to get to the road with that.
Failing to clear sidewalks in time could cost you. If the city clears it for you, they'll bill $2.50 per foot, plus a $75 administration fee.
I try to get it done right away so I don't have to worry about them.
I think we try to help each other around here for the most part.
While residents work to keep sidewalks clear, city crews are working through 13 plow routes, primary and secondary. Primary routes, the busier streets, take about 3 to 4 hours. Secondary routes, which include most neighborhoods, can take 8 to 10 hours depending on the snow. Some residents say they'd like to see more updates on when plows will reach their neighborhoods.
I mean, with our technology nowadays, like maybe create an app with a map of where they're at.
Now, according to the First Warn team, the snowfall stopped at around 7 a.m. this morning, which means you have until around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning to clear out those sidewalks in order to avoid those city fines. Live in La Crosse, Brooklyn Hein, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Brooklyn. La Crosse is opening its Emergency Day Center this Sunday. It comes as a response to the anticipated cold weather advisory. The center will operate from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's located at 713 James Street. The city will also provide a free bus to and from the Emergency Center.
And don't forget, in La Crosse, alternate side parking is in effect. It ends Friday at 6 p.m. Vehicles can only park on the side of the street with addresses that correspond with that day's date. The city of Winona declaring a tag and tow plan. It's for tomorrow. The goal is to clear out any snow from the downtown area. This area is from Huff to Franklin Street and from Broadway to Levy Park Drive. The time, Thursday, 12:01 a.m. to 6:30 a.m., Friday, 12:01 a.m. to 6:30 a.m.
La Crosse is raising awareness for the impacts of road salt. The Salt Smart campaign teaches about the negative effects of salt when used incorrectly.
A workshop was held earlier today to kick off the city's salt campaign, where the public learned about salting for free.
The quantity is not going to make the ice melt faster. In fact, what it does is it washes away into our lawns, gardens. It can wash down into our storm drains and then out into our waterways.
To learn more about safe salting practices, go to the La Crosse Parks and Recreation's Winter Sustainability webpage.
The push is on to go harder on theft.
And a Wisconsin bill is behind it. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has the story from the newsroom. Grace.
Lawmakers are pushing to strengthen penalties for property and retail theft by allowing prosecutors to close a major loophole. In Wisconsin, charges for retail and property theft are based on the value of the stolen items. They're also based on when and where the crime happened. A bill moving through the legislature would allow prosecutors to combine the total value of any stolen goods across county lines over a 6-month period. The bill's author says the legislation would ensure that the penalties match the crime.
Once you have a more significant charge that can be brought forward, it gives a lot more leverage to make sure that there actually is an intervention at that point.
Jacques says the change could put a stop to repeat offenders. The bill passed through the state Senate and Assembly. Jacques says it will head to the governor's desk soon. In the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. Wisconsin AARP pushing for new protections against cryptocurrency kiosk scams. They say fraudsters typically pose as government officials or investors and convince victims to convert their money into crypto at the kiosks. Once they do, their money is gone and often untraceable. AARP would like a bill in the legislature to include a daily limit on transactions, a cap on kiosk fees, and to allow victims to get their money back.
We feel that daily transaction limit is really, really critical to, as law enforcement says, stop the bleed when it comes to having money stolen.
Officials say there are about 700 of those kiosks in Wisconsin. 17 other states, including Minnesota and Iowa, have already passed similar laws.
A touching tribute in Galesville today. Volunteers gathered to honor fallen veterans ahead of National Wreaths Across America Day. Wreaths were placed on soldier graves at Pine Cliff Cemetery. On Saturday, over 2 million volunteers will gather at over 5,200 locations nationwide.
And this all really got going about 2006. There was a young man from Canyon Falls, Maine, who won a trip to Washington, D.C., and he got to see the Arlington Cemetery there. Later on, he owned and operated, or still does, a nursery, and he had extra wreaths one year, and he asked the Arlington people if they would be willing to accept them.
This year's theme, keep moving forward.
Lieutenant Governor and candidate for governor Sarah Rodriguez was in Eau Claire today. The main focus of her visit, food insecurity. Rodriguez met with staff at the community table to see how local organizations are helping families combat the rising concerns over food security.
These are the people who are feeding our most vulnerable community members. And we look at the federal government with their threats to cut SNAP, their threats to cut health care. Organizations like this are going to be that safety net for folks within the community, and we have to make sure that they're supported and that people know that they exist.
Rodriguez also made a stop in Chippewa Falls to talk about housing affordability. Well, Kamala Harris is coming to Madison. She will be at the Orpheum Theater March 1st. It is part of her nationwide book tour. The former vice president's book is called 107 Days, which details her presidential run.
Coming up, are you stressed about the upcoming holidays? New polls showing that you aren't alone.
And an expected record-breaking holiday getaway. How many Americans are expected to travel this month?
Tomorrow, starting at 5 a.m., Art is tracking colder weather. Big news for anyone who uses Instacart and your money, plus ringing in the new year while supporting a great cause. We'll see you at 5 a.m.
When the food truck arrives at our neighbor's place, it takes a community. Our attorneys don't just fight insurance companies, they fight hunger in Wisconsin alongside our neighbor's place. Because together, we're stronger. Bygoff and Rohde, your neighbors, your injury advocates.
We don't want to see homeowners falling through their floors.
Certainly not.
So as the symptom goes, moisture, mildew, mold, any of that stuff.
That's bad. Wood doesn't like water. Every house that is on a crawl space needs an encapsulation.
It's so important, man. If this doesn't get done, like what happens to polite society now?
When your flooring's in jeopardy, there ain't nobody safe.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Beef dreams to be slow roasted by Arby's, tossed in hickory barbecue sauce, and sold 2 for $6. Who are you to deny dreams? Arby's, we have the meat.
When you come into the EPSA program, this is a group of people who have that desire, that passion to help and develop people's lives and help them get ready to not be just job seekers, but be job ready.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale is going on now, and that means unbeatable value on unique gifts for all the originals on your list. Like select throws, just $12.99 while supplies last. Over 30% off this DeWalt Tough Series construction jack. 55% off these jumbo dog beds, $26.99. Plus, don't miss up to $100 in Ariat holiday rebates when you buy Ariat footwear, apparel, and accessories. Knock out your holiday shopping for less during our huge gift sale only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
From the law office to the clothing closet, our lawyers seek hope and recovery for the whole community. Bygoff and Rohde and our neighbor's place, where every injury and every neighbor matters, because together we're stronger. Winning justice for Wisconsin.
Holiday cheer is turning into holiday fear for some. A new poll by the American Psychiatric Association shows nearly 44% of Americans are stressed for the holidays. That number is up from 30% last year. The top concerns: finding and affording gifts and worries about missing someone or grief. And as we are getting close to the end of year travel rush,
AAA is predicting another record-breaking holiday getaway. More than 122 million Americans are expected to go somewhere, and this all starts in just 10 days. CBS's Chris Von Cleve has more.
The next big holiday travel rush starts a week from Saturday, and AAA expects it will be the busiest end-of-year holiday stretch ever. Kelly Walsh is spending it in Florida.
I think you just, kind of plan ahead and just go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens. But it's been pretty good lately.
While the number of flyers is expected to jump by 2.3%, so is the price. The average round-trip ticket is up 7% to nearly $900. That jump comes just weeks after the busiest day at airport checkpoints ever. The TSA screened more than 3.1 million on the Sunday after Thanksgiving, despite disruptive winter weather. AAA's Aixa Diaz.
The delays and cancellations that we saw over Thanksgiving just highlight the fact that people need to have a plan B, at least have an idea.
All set, sir. Have a good day.
The nation's airlines say operations and bookings have bounced back from the government shutdown. Southwest Chief Operating Officer Andrew Watterson.
Since the end of the government shutdown, the air traffic has been very smooth.
Most of the 122.4 million travelers will venture out on the roads. That's up 2% from 2024, and they'll find gas prices cheaper than last year and below $3 a gallon for the first time in 4 years.
We've got cheap gas prices right now, and that's good news for the 109 million people who are going to be hitting the road.
AAA expects the weekend before Christmas to be among the busiest days to travel. Where are people going? Think warm weather spots like Florida, California, Hawaii, Mexico, Italy, and Australia. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Phoenix.
We will have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, we got snow for tomorrow and Friday, but then dangerously cold conditions come into play for this weekend. So we'll plan all that out coming up on your first warm weather update after the break.
This December at Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel, bring 10 non-perishable food items to support local pantries and get 10% off your entire purchase. Furniture, mattresses, home decor, seasonal finds. Make your home holiday ready while giving back.
What if buying a car felt easy? At Maury's Auto Group, it does. With Maury's Best Price First, there's no haggling, no hassle, just upfront, honest pricing. And with Maury's team, you get guidance, not pressure. You always get more with Maury's. More help, more clarity, and more value. Visit any Maury's Auto Group dealership now through December 13th and get an instant $500 trade-in bonus on your new car purchase during our Joy of Savings event. Or go to Maury'sAuto.com and get more with Maury's.
I'm Angela from La Crosse Fire Paste Company. Come to our showroom and let your imagination run wild as you browse our huge selection of Heat and Glow fireplaces. Imagine a cold winter morning, hot cocoa, and the crackling and comfort of your Heat and Glow fireplace. It's the comfort of family and friends and the warmth of your Heat and Glow fireplace that makes this moment perfect. From our selection of fireplaces to our dedicated installers, you can feel the difference with us at La Crosse Fire Paste Company, because your place is by the fire.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Get your home holiday ready, help your community, and save big at Furniture, Decor, and More in Westby and Boscobel. Bring 10 non-perishable food items to help local food pantries and save 10% on your entire purchase. Shop, save, and share the spirit of giving.
Yeah, overnight we're going to see some breaks in cloud cover, and it is during winter time. It's really tricky with overnight lows because any breaks in the cloud cover allows the temperature to fall pretty quickly, and then cloud cover can actually make it come up too. So some areas will get into single digits. I think the better shot is further north, where they will have a little bit of clearing late tonight to early tomorrow morning. It won't last long, but you see temperatures single digits, where cloud cover persists at least further south, probably more into the low to mid-teens, colder than we've had for the previous day. Now as we go into tomorrow, the snow comes back in the picture in the afternoon. Temperatures in the upper teens to low 20s. This is still well below average. We should be really around the low 30s this time of year, maybe in the upper 20s depending on location. So once again, still cold. Now overnight, as I mentioned, the cloud cover plays a factor, and if you're going to see single digits or not, I do think you will see some breaks, but it won't be for long or for complete clearing skies. But that break is there, and to wake up in the morning, you might see a little bit of clearing just to the far eastern areas. Otherwise, cloud cover quickly comes back in, cloudy skies by noon. That system's going to dive south to east. Now, there's still some question on how far east it's going to get for the snow band to actually reach here, but I do think we will see some snow as we go into the afternoon. This band will kind of lift to the east as this whole system pushes to the south, so light snow will come in play. The period to watch is probably about 5 to 6 p.m., maybe 7 p.m., where you could get snow rates getting close to an inch an hour, and that would be in northeast Iowa. That's where most of it is coming. You can see Decorah for a time goes 0 to 1, meaning it's probably a half mile to 1 at some point. By 7 p.m., all this is pushed south of Eau Claire, so some flurries or maybe a snow shower remain overnight, but the accumulating snow is done with. And for areas south of I-90, probably by 10, 11 p.m., everything's pushed off to the east too, and then we're fairly quiet overnight too. So it's not a long stretch, but overall, it's really northeast Iowa. Basically, Rochester to South Prairie du Chien is where that line could form further south and east, where you could pick up 3, maybe a little bit more. So it really drops off quickly to the north and east of Claire, maybe an inch. Once again, there's still some question. This could slip further south, and if it does, then our amounts are going to come down. But it is going to be snowing probably during the evening commute, so that will be impactful during that time. As we go into Friday, we have a cold front coming through. Another opportunity for some light snow, not a lot of accumulation. It will get breezy in the afternoon behind that front because the cold air is going to start coming in play, probably teens to around the 20s. That's about it, and the plunge of the Arctic air is really going to come down. You can see that sweeping Arctic air come right through there. It's going to dive southeast towards the area, and then eventually as we get towards Sunday, the better news is the milder air to the west will push into the area by next week. So we are going to see a brief warm up with some of that milder Pacific air coming in our area. But that cold, that's going to be pretty dangerous too with the snowpack in place. So we got alert days from Friday night all the way through Sunday morning. Wind chills 35 below are definitely a possibility, maybe even lower. Overnight lows in the 20 belows in some areas. And Saturday and Sunday, especially Saturday, a lot of areas likely will stay below 0. And you can see here's an idea what the temperatures look like for Saturday. These are high temperatures, struggling to get above 0. Some areas may stay below. The wind chill is probably going to be worst Friday night into Saturday morning. That's when you could see wind chills as 35 below or more. And then Sunday morning is when the temperatures could get into the 20 belows too. Now, if you're thinking that's record breaking, not quite yet record breaking. Unfortunately, we have 1901 to thank for that because they were down into the 20s the 25 below, even close to 30 below for a day during that time frame. So that is not record, but it's definitely going to be the coldest temperature we've had in quite a long stretch too, and for December. So
100 years.
Definitely, if you got outdoor activities, something to keep in mind of. Bundle up if you're outside. Obviously, winter survival kit is always needed in cars when it's that cold. But we do have
an extra jacket.
some good news if you like warmer conditions next week.
We're going up to 30.
Yeah.
There we go. Something to look forward to.
Yay.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, it's back. The News 8 Play of the Week nominees return for the winter sports season. Plus, as the Badgers prepare for a ranked road matchup, hear from one of their big men. Jacob is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friend.
Happy together.
And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
During Chevy Red Tag, get 0% financing on this Silverado. That's over $6,900 total value. Plus, Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage,
yes,
man?
Sir. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. You might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, just 8 teams in Division I men's college hoops remain unbeaten. And later tonight, the Wisconsin Badgers will look to hand the red-hot Nebraska Cornhuskers their first defeat of the season. And not only has Fred Hoiberg's team started off 9-0 this season, they haven't been taken down in 14 games dating back to last year. It's the first conference road test for Greg Gard and company, and Wisconsin will need to bring their best from first whistle to final buzzer to walk out with a victory.
Yeah, I mean, I think the early struggles is just, you know, being such a new team, having so many new guys. And as you said, like, there's been times where I'm sure people are watching us being like, wow, like, this team could be really good. I think the sky's the limit. Once we put it together for 40 minutes, like, we played a really good half against Northwestern last week where we had 15 assists, 0 turnovers. If we can keep that up for a full game, I think we'll be scary.
And the game tips off at 8 o'clock on Big Ten Network. And to hear more with Austin and News 3 Now Sports Director Andrew Banstra, tune in to the Wisconsin Huddle this Friday at 6:30 right here on News 8. And now it is time for the first 2025 winter sports season edition of the News 8 Play of the Week nominee segment. All right, kicking things off, Colton Peterson was on fire last week against Prairie du Chien. Here he just walks it up, steps it back, and hits for one of his 6 threes on the night in a 29-point performance. Let's go about 8 miles north to Westby High School. Norsemen got a win over Hillsborough to open up their season. Griffin Nelson takes it to the paint, spins, pump fakes, and he connects for the deuce. The junior had 24 points in the victory. At number 3, here's 2 of Everett Laufenberg's 22 the other night against Luther. Sparta put up 89 points in the W, but none prettier than this fadeaway jumper right here from Laufenberg. Next up, we see the Knights on the other end of a Play of the Week nominee. This sequence from Jada Livingston was fantastic. Gets the rebound, crosses up a couple defenders on the way to the cup and gets the lay-in to go after the Euro step. And at number 5, Alana Simpson just takes the ball away from a Marshfield player, turns on the jets, absorbs the contact, and finishes for 2. Keep an eye out for Central this year. They are off to a 3-0 start. And don't worry, we will definitely have other sports highlighted as the season picks up. And if we can't make it out to one of your games, pull out that phone, record something that you think is Play of the Week worthy, and send over to me via email for your submission that could be considered. That email is jlensendorf at WKBT.com, and voting closes Friday at 5 p.m. Does it for sports. One final check of your weather coming up next.
Looking for a new ride? At Ultra, we know some family members are pickier than others. Apply today at driveultra.org and find a ride that makes everyone happy. No payments for 90 days. Driver tested, puppy approved. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
What home improvement delivers the highest return on investment? A new garage door. And the perfect door is a genuine overhead door, made to last right here in the USA for over 100 years. Overhead Door has been the leader in exceptional design and quality materials installed by trained, experienced professionals. Find your perfect door. Visit our showroom or go online to choose from an endless array of styles, colors, and accents. From our family to yours, Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
I discovered that long as I just keep trying and study hard, that I can accomplish what I want to accomplish. I have to believe in myself. A person like me, coming from the west side of Chicago, people don't come from there and be construction workers and stuff like that, so anything is possible, and this is just like a life-changing experience. The FSAT program was amazing. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees. Plus, cashback debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
All right, there's your overnight lows. We'll be back in the single digits to maybe teens in some areas. And once again, tomorrow's temperatures we're looking at in the upper teens to low 20s. Now that snow will come back and play probably in the afternoon through the evening hours. So something to keep in mind for the Thursday morning commute. We'll have that activity going on, maybe a couple inches. And beyond that, as we go throughout the 8-day forecast, not going to show up there, we got dangerous cold this weekend, so definitely prepare for that. A lot of wind chill issues going on.
Basically enjoy those highs in the 20s over the next couple days, because those are going away.
Put a negative in front of it.
All right, thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.